Mr. Beast, of all people, is getting a little political. It's interesting to see. So he tweeted out and then deleted a tweet talking about how individual Congress people or members of Congress should not have the ability to trade in individual stocks or influence the market. So the tweet said this: "It's a little sad that an active member of Congress can cause billions of dollars of stock to shift like this. Is it also not absurd that the people that make our laws and know classified information can trade on the public market? Yes. The fact that they get intel before the rest of America and are constantly tempted not to make millions off it is just a situation we shouldn't be putting them in and seems stupid to me. I'd be all for paying them more and they not be able to invest or some other solution." He tweeted that out at 3:21 a.m. on the 27th, which is the day I'm recording this, and then deleted the tweet. So what is Mr. Beast talking about? Well, it looks like he's probably talking about this. Nancy Pelosi bets on Palo Alto shares. So Pelosi announced that she invested in Palo Alto, which is a cybersecurity firm, Palo Alto. So it's PANW. When she announced that, the stock jumped like over 10%. And so this is what Mr. Beast is referring to. This article was published today, like not long ago. And that's not the first time we've seen Nancy Pelosi benefit from her privileged position. Many of you are probably aware of the situation where Pelosi and her husband banked over $1 million. I think it was like $1.2 million on an investment in NVIDIA. So the question is, should individual members of Congress be able to invest in individual stocks when they are the ones setting the regulations? They're the ones with the privileged position of knowing things before the American people. Oh, 1.4 million actually is what she made. And this has been an issue that gets talked about all the time. Many of us are opposed to this. It's never made sense to me why members of Congress get to invest in individual stocks. There's all kinds of people who are in Congress who say that they should, like, what's his name? Oh, one-eyed Dan Crenshaw said that you're not going to get the best people if you don't allow Congress members to invest in individual stocks because they don't get paid enough. I think they get pretty well compensated for just being a public servant. Now, Matt Gaetz recently spoke about this at CPAC.
Reason you don't let the umpire bet on the game, members of Congress should not be allowed to trade individual stocks. How about the Ethics Committee take up those reforms?
How about it? All right. So there are members of Congress who are speaking out about this, and there are a lot of people in the general public who are opposed to this, and many of us find ourselves scratching our head, wondering why we allow this to happen. If ever there was a clear-cut case of insider trading, to me, it seems it would be members of Congress being able to use their privileged position and advance knowledge on regulations or other factors that may affect the price of a stock in a company to invest in that before the American people are privy to that knowledge. And Mr. Beast, in speaking up about it, makes a great point. I wish he hadn't taken it down. I don't know why he did. He's probably just trying to avoid controversy, but you guys know how it goes. If you put it on the internet, even for a nanosecond, it's gonna last forever. So people have screenshotted it. They've retweeted screenshots of it. So it's out there. He shouldn't have deleted it. I wish he would speak up more about this. This is not a partisan position. This is not a Democrat or Republican thing. This is a we the people thing versus the establishment or the government or whatever you want to call it, basically saying, hey, this is wrong. This is unfair. This needs to be stopped. Just like members of Congress leaving Congress and then working as lobbyists and leveraging their connections that they've developed over the years, or working with a company before they go into Congress and then using their position in Congress to pass legislation that benefits that company. There are so many examples that we allow to just go unfettered where these people get to become like Nancy Pelosi, who has never made more than, a couple $100,000 a year, whatever it may be in terms of her salary as Speaker of the House. And she's worth, hundreds of millions of dollars. Same thing with Dianne Feinstein before she passed away. There are so many examples of these people who have never really had a salary greater than most upper middle class Americans, yet they come out worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So I'm glad MrBeast tweeted this out. I wish he hadn't deleted it. Let me know what you guys think.